It's MORAA, the truth teller. MORAA.
Hello everyone, I hope that you're all doing great. Now, the trending topic on the streets is the topic of strikes. We have seen two Jamaican ladies come out to talk about 𝐷𝐎𝐿𝐃 has issued them with strikes. They are talking about they are, big supporters of D, or rather were big supporters of D. They were only reacting on D positively. They only used this little clip, in their videos to like show the goodness of D in what she was doing. And I think both of them were talking about when D bought the car, the BMW car for her mother. And so they are talking about they were doing the right thing. They are pro D. They support D. They thought that they were in D's good books and all that stuff. Well, I truly, truly understand their plight. However, for me as MORAA, I feel like I should wait until the Empress addresses this issue, if at all she will. Because I'm not even sure whether it's D who's issued the strikes, or maybe she issued them accidentally. Maybe she wanted to strike some people and then she struck some others by mistake. I don't know, guys. I'm just trying to figure this out. you know or maybe she actually did issue the strikes, intentionally. Because maybe she was thinking, you know what, I don't want anybody messing up with my work. I do not know, guys. So for me, I just want to wait for when the Empress herself will come out here to the streets and address the issue, clarify things, and then now I can talk about it. But in the meantime, I think people should just be calm, you know. And the thing is, the lazy gang are always quick to jump into stories, and especially if it is a story that is going to tarnish D, I mean, they will definitely jump on it and amplify it on their platforms. You know, I have even seen one of the Jamaican ladies, you know, come out to say that, you know what, I did not know that Dee's family had this much debt, because immediately she came out to talk about the plight of her two fellow Jamaican YouTubers who got the strike. People came on to her video, her live stream and her comment section to write all this nasty stuff about Dee's family. And she was shocked, you know. She even had to go to the channels of these negative reactors, and she had a lot of crazy stuff that they are talking about D. All I can just tell this girl is that, you know what, these are stories they have been talking, ever since. These stories, most of them are baseless. Most of them are don't even make sense. Anyways, guys, that is not even the reason why I was speaking on this issue. I just wanted to bring to your attention the fact that Carrots, used this, this strikes thing, you know, for her own good, to make views, to make, the audience sympathize with her, to make the audience hate D more, to make the audience feel like, just get angry at D. Guys, she first of all had to clickbait people, by talking about 𝐷𝐎𝐿𝐃 issues a strike to Carol. And being that 𝐷𝐎𝐿𝐃 was issuing strikes, rather, it was being said, or alleged that 𝐷𝐎𝐿𝐃 was issuing strikes to other people. So people were quick to click on this video. And of course, we all know that 𝐷𝐎𝐿𝐃 and this woman do not see eye to eye. In fact, just the other day, they had a confrontation. So, of course, when she wrote this kind of title, everybody rushed, to click on this video, only to find that she is talking about a strike that D issued her in 2022. Guys. And then she comes out, talking about this strike, how it made her feel, manipulating her audience emotionally, making them feel so sad for her, making them feel angry at them, making them feel like they did the worst thing on earth. But the thing is, it is funny how somebody can keep a grudge, for too long, for so long. And the funny thing, guys, is that in this same video, she talks about how 𝐷𝐼𝐼𝐃𝐒 cannot forgive somebody. 𝐷𝐼𝐼𝐃𝐒 cannot forgive anybody. 𝐷𝐼𝐼𝐃𝐒 has such a bad heart. 𝐷𝐼𝐼𝐃𝐒 keeps grudges. Guys. It is funny, guys. I don't know whether people do not think before they talk or what. And like I said, unless you think you're talking to fools, that is why you can come and make these kinds of statements. Now, how do you tell people of a strike that happened 3 years ago, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025? How do you tell people, of a strike that happened, over or 3 years ago? And then we have all been seeing how bitter you have been on the streets, following her every move, trying to pull this girl down, tarnishing her name, insulting her left, right, and center, always on her case. Now, that clearly shows us that even you carrots, you are so unforgiving, you are so bitter, you keep grudges, you are the worst. Oh my God. Guys, I normally say it out here. People think that when they keep that anger inside them, and be trashing and talking about other people, they think that these other people are the ones who are hurting, or rather they are going to hurt those other people. But one thing they should know is that their body being the vessel that is keeping the anger, that anger is destroying them inside. So if she thinks that she's keeping all this anger, talking about D every single day, thinking that she is destroying D, actually, guys, we can see it's working the opposite. 𝐷𝐼𝐼𝐃𝐒 has never broken down. Guys, we have never heard that 𝐷𝐼𝐼𝐃𝐒 has had a mental breakdown. Because carrots or the whole of the lazy gang, 17 or 50 of them are talking about her. She has never. So clearly, this tells you that this anger, hatred, jealousy that they are keeping in their vessels, being their bodies, is actually destroying they themselves. And particularly these carrots. She has got too much anger and bitterness. Another reason is because iammarwa rejected her. What a pity. People move on. It is so strange, guys. It is so strange. Now, if you ask me, she actually exposed herself by all the things that she was saying. Yes, if 𝐷𝐼𝐼𝐃𝐒 give you a strike, fine, get over it. Gosh, you do not have to even insult her mother. Guys, let me ask you a question. Now, that 𝐷𝐼𝐼𝐃𝐒 gave this woman a strike, now, is that reason to be insulting her mother, her father, her dog, her everybody, her everything? Is that the reason? 𝐷𝐼𝐼𝐃𝐒 is broke, even hairstyle. Gosh, this woman, how pitiful. That hairstyle is not 50,000. Gosh, this woman, this bitterness of hers is just gonna finish her. No wonder she's looking how she's looking nowadays. Guys, somebody was asking me, like, what is wrong with her? Like, she doesn't look like herself. Well, I said I don't know. But clearly, I can confidently say that, you know what, when bitterness, anger, jealousy, bad mind, and all these things are, within you, then clearly things have to start working negatively, on you. It's just what it is. I believe and I know, being a Christian, and I know this applies to all other religions. It applies even to the atheists. That love is the greatest, gift of all. And that is what we're supposed to have in our hearts. So if you replace love with hatred and all these other things, it's going to affect you. That's what it is, guys. It is what it is. Poor carrots.
You're watching It's MORAA. the one and only truth teller.
Now, guys, I have just watched a very emotional live stream by Prisca Aati. And to be very honest, I feel like it was a good thing that she came out to do this, because she was saying that this is therapy, for her. When she cries it out, talks it out, spits it out, it calms her down, it cools her, it gives her peace. And girl, Prisca, you've got to do what you've got to do to have your peace. It doesn't matter what people say, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks. You have got to love yourself enough to do what is good for you and your children. Guys, Black Demon came out to speak about Prisca. To talk about Prisca is, selling her nudies. Talking about that is why she has so much money. That is why her lifestyle is what it is. She's flying. She's, furnishing her house. She's having this lavish lifestyle, all because of, this money that she is making in very questionable ways. She even went to the extent of saying that Jamaican uncle is the one who is helping her build her house. Guys, she came out to give gossip, to her audience. Talk about things as if she really knows them, as if she lives in that village. And she was saying that, she's got sources that give her this information. Hey, guys, life is just very funny. Because how many, as reactors, other reactors, out there, how many people reach you out with weird stories, some gossip even about other people. And they want you to come and air it out, here on the streets. But guys, you look at what somebody has told you. You even ask, for me, I don't even bother, really asking, but okay, maybe sometimes I do, I ask for proof. I ask for evidence. You cannot come out here and tell me somebody's pregnant unless you show me the pregnancy test, and you went with her to the hospital, maybe a recording, and maybe you are recording her secretly. Maybe that can convince me. But you cannot just call me or write me an email or write me a message and then tell me, this person, has done this, that, this and that, this can be content, expose this person. That is BS. BS. Especially, like I said, if it does not have any proof. And even if it did have proof, guys, there are things you look at and you're like, is this my business? Really? Is this my work? Is this what I came to react on? Is this what brought me to the YouTube streets? To tarnish somebody's name just because, somebody has left their husband for I don't know which other man. So what business of mine is that, guys? So why should I come start telling you guys those kinds of stories? Why should I, interfere with somebody else's home affairs? Those are their own domestic issues. So why should I bring them here to the streets? I mean, it is absurd, guys. So Black Demon always picks up these stories. The other day she was talking about D being pregnant. Like she really knows D is pregnant. And she was talking about it like she really knows it is true. In fact, she went to the extent of saying that, she is indeed pregnant unless, she terminates that pregnancy. Do you know why she said that? She said that because if in a couple of months, D Mwango does not give birth to a baby, then you all will think that she actually aborted the baby. That is why she had to speak that up front. What a shame. So what does it gain somebody to come out here and just tarnish somebody's name like that? That they are pregnant, and if they don't give birth, they aborted the baby. So why? And okay, I'm not saying getting pregnant is even a bad thing or anything, but it's the way, she brings it out like it's a bad thing. The same thing now with Prisca. And of course, she has done this, many, many other stories. Remember, even the day that she was talking about Chacha being Marwa's child. So many stories, you know. Now, this story of Prisca and Jamaican uncle. I am glad that Prisca came out to address this issue. Because some people are saying, oh, she should have got ignored. No. Ignore. Guys, sometimes there are things you cannot ignore. Like, seriously. And I'll just be honest at this point. And this thing of telling Marwa, ignore these people, this is what has led to Marwa's predicament right now. People are so many out there tarnishing Marwa's name. People have grown. If this thing could have been nipped in the bud, long time ago, then all these shenanigans would not be there. Marwa's brand has been affected because of people telling Marwa, ignore. Sometimes you have to defend yourself. Ignore has limits. When people cross some boundaries, then it's time for not ignoring. That's just what I think, guys. I do not know what you think. You can drop your opinion in the comments section. Let me know what ignoring, has helped Marwa with. Let me know, since people started telling Marwa to ignore. Ignore them. They're just haters. Ignore them. Let me know, please, in the comment section. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Let me know. Marwa ignored them. That is why Marwa has succeeded in doing ABCD. Guys, even when Marwa, responded to a post on X, I think it was X, from our cabinet secretary of tourism, where he was saying that, he can be given something like in the government because he is one of the people who, promotes, tourism by bringing in international visitors. People went down there to comment negatively. Oh, this person this, oh, this person that. Already, even if, government officials were to read that thread, clearly they will think this guy is a scammer, trying to scam something from the government. Marwa cannot even apply. Let me tell you guys what I now feel, or I think. Marwa cannot even try to do anything in this country. It will be sabotaged. These people have gone so strong because Marwa was being told, ignore. Me, that's what I feel. I don't know. I could be wrong. But to me, that's what I see. I see that if people should have been put in their place long time ago, then Marwa would have been a free person. But there's this thing of, I feel like he's sort of in a bondage. And until he does anything up to this point, then I think nothing will change. That's just according to me. So this thing of people, some people are saying, oh, Prisca should have ignored. No. Sometimes you don't need to ignore some things. You can only ignore some things, but when it gets to a certain level, you got to come out and, defend yourself as well as defend your children. So I was happy that there were people who were out there. There's this lady that Prisca called, I can't remember her name, that was really, really encouraging. And I really love that, she spoke about the word of God. And to be very honest, I also say out here as well, vengeance is God's. Prisca, please, if you can, just do a fast, prayer and fasting. And, the thing is this, guys, if what this person said is true, if what Black Demon said is true, then of course, nothing is going to happen. But if she just came out here to be vindictive, to be malicious, to Prisca, and Prisca, goes ahead to pray to God and just leave these things in the hand of God, then let God do what he can do. Because guys, Black Demon keeps saying that, what? I am a child of God. God loves me. God protects me. God this, God that. We are all children of God. All of us. And God is a God of justice. So if you are one child of God, trying to hurt another child of God, God will do the thing that he can do best to make sure that the situation is just. You know, it is what it is, guys. If somebody comes out here, to lie about you, and somebody might say, no, she didn't know, she probably said allegedly, or she said, she's been told. Why are you coming to say something that you know will tarnish somebody else's name? And yet you are not sure 100% of it. That's just what I'm asking, guys. Why should somebody do that? I know we are all looking for views. I know we are all looking for money. And guys, this is a thing. I normally find this very funny. Because people say, people who are in the West, oh, they have money. Oh, some idiots come to my comment section telling me, oh, she has a good job. She has what? Good job? And somebody is asking, somebody is behaving this desperate for YouTube money. Because guys, why would I come to lie about people? I say anything on my channel every single day just so I can get views and money. I mean, that shows desperation. And she is the one who was advising Nairobi teacher the other day, not to come and scavenge after Marwa's poo. Immediately, Marwa has done a live stream. My thing is, guys, some people out here, like to insult Africans, this, Africans, that, but, you look at how they, operate. This is behavior of a very desperate person. Desperate for money, to be precise. I don't understand why. Guys, somebody can come and be lying. I know it is a lie. Because we all know that anybody and everyone who is around, Marwa, pro-Marwa people, they will always try to find things to pull them down with. And guys, indeed, it could be true that it is somebody from the village who has told her these stories. It could be true. But like I said, you have to weigh what you're coming to say on your channel. But you know what? You don't care. You don't care if it's going to hurt people. You don't care if it's going to make them cry. You don't care. And one thing I can just say is that, guys, this is just one person, Prisca Aati, who was brave enough to come out and even, express her emotions, which included crying right on screen. How many other people does Black Demon make cry behind the scenes? How many others that she talks about every single day, lying about them? Guys, does she think that these tears of these people, are just going to fall down to the ground and just go like that? Especially if she is lying, especially if she's being malicious, If she's saying the truth, that's different. But like I said, even the truth, why bring people's business? Business that does not even concern you. But now, if indeed you're just, because God can see your heart. Hallelujah, somebody. God can see your heart. What is the intention of you bringing out this story? It is money, and it is for, just for sensation and just to put, you don't care how it will affect that other person. This world is round, guys. This world is round. And no matter what part of the world you live in, we all breathe the same oxygen. The sky looks the same everywhere. We all, when you cut ourselves, whether you're black, white, Hispanic, Indian, or whatever, your blood is color red. You are flesh and blood. You better watch out the things you do. Because the world is round. Prisca Aati, do not worry. Just take heart, my dear. Like I said, place everything in the hands of God. If you can fast, pray about this issue. And you know what? You know your heart. If it's indeed a lie, tell God, I leave it in your hands. I like what you said. You said you have somebody who fights your battles. Oh, yes. You have somebody who fights your battles. Guys, this world is round. Prisca Aati, you do your thing, girl. Jamaican uncle, I like your spirit as well. You are not shaken and moved by all this nonsense. you know. And some of these things that they are saying is so that you do not come back to the village. I do not know why, you know. What will it benefit them if you don't go back to Nyabohanse? It doesn't make sense. But all in all, you know, just bask in the comfort of the Almighty God, Prisca, and it shall be well. And one day you'll look back at these kinds of situations and you will indeed see, yeah, that the hand of God was really working. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So you cannot be just stamping out here that, you're a child of God, this, that, and the other, and yet you are doing to other children of God, you're doing them wrong intentionally. Now, God will like that. He is our Father, all of us. And He is our God, all of us. This world is round. Guys, let's now go to JT. JT came out with a concept, that is actually true, but he twisted it, oh my God, to become something else. JT was talking about Dee Mwango, moving out of their home, her parents' home, and going to live by herself, in a different city. He was referring to the, how Dee Mwango bought a dog, Matt. And so he was talking about all these things. So he said that, in the Korean culture, in the Korean traditions, in their village, when a woman gets to a certain age, they are advised to marry another woman. And they are advised to do so because, so that they can have their lineage, continue, so that the lineage can go on. Of course, there's a culture like that, because even in my community, we have a culture like that. Because our culture is very similar to the Korean culture. Most of the things. And so when JT said this, I was like, JT. He said that people in the village were telling Dee Mwango, you know what? You should marry a woman. It is high time that you married a woman so that you can start procreating. As he talked and talked and talked, I was wondering, like, what sense is JT making? Until I saw some people in his audience come out and say, JT, that concept is only for people who do not have children. And I was like, thank God some people are actually, thinking. This is not like Carrot's audience, because this audience, these are people who are, actually thinking with their own heads, guys. Now, how old is Dee Mwango? Dee Mwango is being told to marry a woman so that they can procreate, so that her lineage can go on. Dee Mwango? Has Dee Mwango reached menopause? Has Dee Mwango said that she cannot get a husband? Has Dee Mwango said that she cannot give birth to children herself? Because, guys, this custom is for people who cannot give birth. This custom is for people who cannot, or rather who have given birth, and maybe they've given birth to only girls. According to what I see, because I've seen that kind of thing happen in the villages. Guys, this concept cannot apply to Dee Mwango. This concept to Dee Mwango is totally unapplicable. Because Dee Mwango is still young. Dee Mwango can still have children unless JT knows something that we don't. Unless JT brings us proof, concrete evidence that Dee Mwango is barren, Until that happens, I want to believe that Dee Mwango can have kids of her own. I also want to believe that Dee Mwango can actually get married. She is capable of getting a husband. Isn't she a woman? Isn't she a normal young woman? She is a normal, responsible, focused, go-getter. She even has a man that people, speculate of being, her man back in the US. Dimongo can get a man. She has had men before. So what makes people think, people like JT think that she cannot have men again ever in her life? What sense does that make? So for that reason, this concept that this guy is trying to bring up, talking about all the age mates of Dee Mwango, everybody who is her age, her classmates, people she went to school with, people, I don't know, she was playing with in the neighborhood, all of them are married. Huh? So now she has to get a woman to marry her because she has failed to get a husband and she has failed to get a child. What? JT, gosh. Guys, this particular tradition, like I know of somebody, actually it is it's in my family. My grandfather from my mother's side, my mother's father had 2 wives, my grandmother and the other wife, who was my mother's stepmom, who I used to call, my grandmother as well. So now she only gave birth to girls, 5 girls. So these girls grew up, became old enough, got married, and she was left alone in the boma, in the homestead. So, of course, as years went by, she became older and older. She got to a point where, she started having these old people diseases. She needed somebody to help her till the land. She needed people to help, even give her a glass of water. When she's sick, maybe. She needed even somebody to call people and say, hey, grandma is sick. She was living by herself in this whole big boma. She had all these big pieces of land that she could not till on her own, or rather, she could not even instruct people. She was old. So what happened is that she was advised to get a woman as a wife. In fact, people helped her look for a woman to marry. And they helped her get a woman who has boys, a single mother with boys. So these boys came to her boma with her wife, of which, guys, we all found it to be strange, but guys, it is what it is. So these boys came to the boma, to the homestead. And now they started, they built in the homestead, their houses. They had, they married wives. These wives had children, and these children became my grandmother's grandchildren. Huh? Is that it? Oh, whatever. At least there were kids running around in the compound who could be told, go take, give grandma some water, go help grandmother in the farm, go sweep grandmother's house, go do something, and now my grandmother passed, that particular step grandmother of mine, but now the lineage, they say that, because these boys who came, married wives and, got children, so now the lineage went on. Like I said, guys, I found that to be really strange. But it happens. That is why, guys, I say I know about this custom. It is not a custom for a 20-something-year-old girl like Dee. Gosh. First of all, JT should know that this is modern society. Dee is somebody who is, enlightened. She is somebody who has traveled the world. I have seen content creators, guys, who have decided they don't even want to get married, but they want to have kids. So they go to the sperm bank and, they get babies, and they take care of their babies by themselves. I know it is not the conventional way of doing it. It is not the traditional way of doing it. It is not something that I, can, advocate for, but I'm just saying it happens. So if push comes to shove, I'm telling you that Dee has options. you know, instead of marrying a woman, D has options. She can get, a sperm from the sperm bank and have a child and move on with life. She can also adopt a kid. I have also seen influencers here in Africa, adopt a kid and, live with their child. Some of them eventually get married, but I'm just saying that at the point where they wanted a child, for instance, they got a child. They adopted a kid. Because this particular tradition, I repeat, is only if you are not having children. This tradition is for procreation purposes. This tradition is for the lineage to go on. It is not about these shenanigans that JT is talking about. So for that reason, I am trying to give options of to which D Mwongo can have, of which other influencers, content creators, celebrities have done right here in Africa. So D Mwongo has options, JT. She doesn't have to deal with that outdated tradition. I know women marry women, but that's a story for another day. And D Mwongo is not in that WhatsApp group, So I just found that funny, using a tradition that exists, and he knows about the tradition because he comes from that community, And then he comes out here and turns it around and, slams it on D. Just to create this narrative that D, has failed to get a husband, has failed to get a child. JT, you have failed there. 0 out of 100, And I want to repeat that I was, impressed because some of his audience actually tackled him on that matter. They actually told him, yeah, that is not what that culture is used for. In fact, one of them even said, that it is funny how Africans are so obsessed with marriage, But anyways, guys, to each their own, I got amused because every time he was challenged, he was saying that, according to our culture, according to our traditions, according to how people perceive things and view things in D Mwongo's village, our village, so that, you can see that it is according to them. So whatever it is that you're challenging, is not applicable, But that is a lie. Because it was not even making sense to some of his audience, And so running with or hiding behind, it is our culture, it is our tradition. No. JT, 0 out of 100 for this one. Like for real. And then, he went on to say that, what? People all around the world are getting married, they're having children, and they are treating their children like babies, but D Mwongo on the other side is actually, treating a dog like a baby. What is that? He was trying to make it seem as though it is a bad thing, like it's a crazy thing that D Mwongo is doing, I mean, talking about people, treating kids as kids, and why would D Mwongo be treating a dog like a kid? He is forgetting that he is talking to an international audience. That some of them actually do not have kids by choice. I know 1 or 2 people, on these streets, and I met them through YouTube, who told me, MORAA, I do not have kids, but I have cats. You know yourself, my friend, And she sends me these cute pictures of her cats, lounging on the couch. Those cats are spoiled. Oh my God. She is married, happily married. She lives in the West. She is enjoying life together with her cats. She does everything for her cats. She tells me, what people say, that my cats are so spoiled. I have no problem with that. That is her choice. Guys, that is her choice. There are others, whose pet of choice is a dog. So people should know that when they are talking to audiences out here, they could be insulting people without knowing. That's all I can say about that. That's what I can say to this JT. So I don't know how he wants a dog to be treated. He wants a dog to be mistreated as treatment. If that makes sense. 𝐷 is doing a good job. In fact, this proves that she, will make a very, very good mother. The way she cares about this dog, Matt. Of course, I had, some of these haters talking about it is because of views and because of whatever. Guys, I really don't care. All I know is that the Empress is treating this dog very, very well. And I know that, by how she is treating this dog, when she becomes a mother, she will indeed also treat her child, as the loving mother that she is. And then there's something about what JT said, bringing out that issue that Carrots likes talking about. That issue of the JB, 𝐷 ex spoke about, 𝐷 being smelly or something like that. So JT was trying to say that, the dog will throw up because, it is really coming close to D and all that kind of nonsense. And you know what? I mean, JT, clearly, if you have a brain, you will know that this JB guy was talking, as a desperate, rejected, dejected lover. Because if indeed D, guys, was smelling like that, what was he doing with her? How long was he with D? It was not 2 days. Why was he with her for that long if she was smelly? Clearly, that does not make sense. These are statements, of losers, failures, people who, when they are rejected or they feel bad, they have to come out here and spew nonsense. And I also heard, 𝐷 is only bathing Matt, but she's not taking a bath herself. Did you want 𝐷 to get into the shower with a camera so that you can see that she takes a shower? Oh, come on, guys. Don't be this shameless. This is too low. Even if it's for views, even you guys are looking for views. These statements that you're making are foolish statements. And clearly, they are all about views. Guys, can you imagine them talking about 𝐷 is doing this, treating the dog like this for views? And the kind of statements somebody's making do not even make sense. This person does not even believe what he is saying. JB said, and he was with her. He was smelling as well then. That is why he could stand her smell. Please. Have you liked this video? Have you subscribed to this channel? Please give this video a massive thumbs up as well as subscribe to this channel if you have not already. And let's continue sharing love in this space. This is a reaction channel, guys, for those who are coming across it for the very first time. It is a channel where we analyze, we criticize, and we react to videos that have been put out on the YouTube space. If you like that kind of content, do not hesitate. Please join us. And you are most welcome. For the ones who are really, who are newly subscribed, I just want to say thank you guys for subscribing. I want to say welcome and feel most welcome. To my returning subscribers, you guys are the best. You know that I have nothing but love for you all. So let us meet in the next one. Bye-bye, guys.